It's new season. New stuff added.
How are the folks at Foundation doing?
Who cares? We're here to go to Atlantic City. We don't need Foundation anymore. They have become obsolete. Miscellaneous. Talk to Jeremiah Hopkins about travel to Atlantic City. Shut up.
Donations? Drop off your donations over here. Help support the responders, build up the refuge, and give comfort to your fellow person.
There's no information on it anyways, so...
You might not need it, but I guarantee somebody else does.
God, can everyone just shut up?
Could I interest you in a vacation?
If you got some spare
Yeah, hold on.
burning a hole in your pocket, why not help us help others?
Step right up, my friend. I've got a special opportunity for you approved by management themselves. How would you like to go on a little vacation?
Approved by management themselves. Management is the Enclave. Why do they want us to go to Atlantic City? What's the destination?
We're talking about the greatest city on the East Coast. We are offering free travel to America's playground. Atlantic City, New Jersey. A haven of wonder, excitement, and opportunity. Fully governed and, I assure you, safe from the dangers of the outside world. In exchange for your all expenses paid river flight, all we ask is a little assistance paid back to the locals.
That I'm not good enough.
Sounds like a deal, right?
That I managed to get here in the first place.
What do the locals need assistance with?
It varies from person to person. I don't have all the details, but I know the Lombardi family is looking for assistance with some business matters. If game shows are more your style, the showmen are always looking for fresh faces to star in their entertainment. I'm sure a bright person like you will find just the opportunity you're looking for.
So I can fly to Atlantic City anytime I want for free?
That's right. As long as the city leadership hears you're helping out, that's all they ask of you. They were mighty jazzed to hear word of an organization from abroad that's all about helping people. You can always use fresh faces in AC, and especially ones with initiative. That's what keeps our city alive.
You might as well invest in the future.
It's a deal.
And now that's what I'm talking about. A little landowner you've agreed to help out, and I'm sure they get word back to the city leaders. And hey, you come right back and talk to me if you have any questions, all right?
Help support
I'm
the
your one-stop guide to the
build up
city.
the refuge and give comfort to your fellow person.
Can I ask you about yourself?
Jeremiah Hopkins. Mighty pleased to make your acquaintance. I'm at your service to tell you anything you'd like to know about Atlantic City.
Someday. I can't think of a higher
What do you think about Appalachia? Appalachia?
Beautiful place. Just a gorgeous view from up there on the rooftop. Never seen anything like it.
Okay, I was like, that's it? Have you ventured outside the refuge?
You might as well invest in the
Outside.
future.
Now, why would there be any need for that when I'm enjoying my snug and secure accommodations here? No, sirree. I'm fully satisfied staying inside where there are no surprises.
Have you seen the Scorched?
Build up the refuge.
You trying to scare me now? I've heard. You get breathed on by a bat and suddenly big green crystals start growing out of your skin, right?
You might not need it, but I guarantee somebody else does.
I am perfectly good. Never seen one of those. Thank you very much.
If you got some spare supplies,
Did you know there's a Wendigo Colossus terrorizing Monongah Mine?
Wendigo. You mean the mythical flesh-eating kind, but bigger?
you're all
Nah.
right here. You might as well
I'm
invest
sure that's not possible. You're just coming up with stories to scare me. I'm used to that. Can't let good old fiction haunt my dreams after all. Now, why don't we talk about something else?
No, wait, go back.
Beautiful.
help support the
Have you heard of the Brotherhood of Steel?
refuge and give
Well,
comfort to your
yes.
fellow person.
understand that Initiate Ellison over there is a member of such a brotherhood. He's an upstanding young man. He asked me if I would go outside if I had a suit of power armor to protect me. And the answer is absolutely not. What if the armor malfunctioned and crushed me alive, or ran out of juice? Is there something scary approached? I bet if someone saw me in their armor, they'd think I was a monster. I'd rather make friends than scare people.
You're already here. You might as well invest in the future.
Okay, well, that's enough about Appalachia.
If you're interested in some new sights, how about Atlantic City?
Drop off your donations over here.
Has anyone ever told you that you're overly optimistic?
Now, if I were to stop being optimistic, I would have to think about all the stressful things that I may or may not be choosing not to think about. Better to focus on the good. Keep smiling. Ain't that right?
You might not need it, but I guarantee somebody else does.
Okay, I don't have endurance plus 8. You're right. Optimism is valuable these days.
A day without laughter is a day wasted. Now, I'm not much of a comedian, but I sure do love to smile.
You're already here. You might as well
Ready to
invest
focus?
in the future.
Everyone has their own ways of going about things.
That's true, isn't it? Everyone's got their own special style in this crazy world of ours.
Well, do you work for the tourism board or something?
Insightful you are. Yes, my travel was arranged by the Atlantic City Mayor's office. Now, there's no tourism board per se, but the groups managing the nightlife and entertainment of the city are always interested in bringing in new faces. They worked out an arrangement with the city, who decided my skills were best put to work out here in a fresh and safe environment.
If you got some spare supplies burning a hole in your pocket, why not help us help others?
Perception plus 8. Sounds like something happened that scared you away. What was it?
You're already
Well,
here. You
I-
might as well invest in the future.
I saw something that was
Maybe I come off a little too strong.
against
No.
nature.
Maybe not strong
Heavens,
enough.
holy.
Donations over
Look, I can accept mutated wildlife. All those nukes weren't gonna fall without consequence.
Support the
But
responders. Build
this
up
thing?
the refuge and give comfort to your
It was
fellow
too damn
persons.
close to my nightmares. I can't handle the possibility of hell on earth and in my fair city of all places. Let's not talk about this anymore. I came here to clear my mind of all that nonsense. Get a fresh start.
If you got some spare supplies burning a hole in your pocket,
They did not fix the delay in talking to people.
Now there's no tour. They were down the
A safe environment. What does that mean?
Well, the responders are all about helping others, ain't that right? Just like the mayor's office back home. Only problem is, well, there's a lot of helping do.
Appalachia's supposed to be the safest place
Tell
around.
a heart like
But
mine.
I've heard the monsters that lurk in the woods here, and I'm not so sure about that.
give comfort to your fellow person.
Now there's no tour. They were down the
Well, seems like you're doing great work, Jeremiah.
I truly appreciate
Not
that.
need it, but I guarantee
I
somebody
couldn't
else
imagine
does.
a better post than serving our surprising and delightful city.
If you got some spare supplies burning a hole in your pocket, why not help
Let's talk about something else. I have a question about Atlantic City.
Well, by all means, ask away.
You might as well invest in the future.
What's the situation there like?
Do you remember relaxing beach getaways? Exciting outside of the town? Amenities and entertainment to fill your safe and mundane life with inspiration and excitement? Even if you're not old enough to remember those blissful before days, Atlantic City is your chance to experience them for the first time. Our city is safe, luxurious, and beautiful. Well, don't believe me.
You might not need it,
See it
but I
for yourself.
guarantee somebody else does.
I have seen it. The situation is more complicated than what you're selling.
Well, now, of course, reality is always more complicated. But just like any place, it depends on where you stick your head. Stick it too deep, and well, you're not likely to appreciate it. Fine. But I much prefer the delightful breeze comfortably above the water.
Donations. Drop off your donations over here.
Amenities, and even if you're not, our city is...
Well, that sounds incredible.
That it is, my friend. That it is. After the war, the city government worked hard to keep things running how they should. They didn't let a bomb ruin a great day. Amenities and entertainment. How serious?
You're saying it's like the war never happened? That's impossible.
Nothing's impossible, my friend. After the war,
Can you tell me about the different parts of the city? It's going to be segmented.
first off, you can take a relaxing stroll along the boardwalk. Enjoy the street vendors and a delightful sea breeze. Larger attractions take place at Showman's Pier on the far end of the boardwalk. Underneath the pier, you lose yourself in the architectural wonder of an aquarium built beneath the sea. When night falls, Casino Quarter has everything you need to make it an evening to remember. Nightclubs and casinos galore. Further inward, all the magic you don't see happens at the city center. That's where the mayor's office keeps the city running.
Okay. Can you tell me about the people who live there?
Outside of civilians and visitors such as yourself, there are three groups that keep on the lights and life of Atlantic City. The showmen are entertainers, hosting performances and games of all kinds, primarily from the boardwalk and pier. The Lombardo family, they manage the nightlife in the casino quarter. They're an intimate bunch, but don't be intimidated. They're as much a part of Atlantic City's charm as anyone else. And last, but definitely not least, our city government workers manage the day-to-day operations that make life easy for the rest of us.
Okay, well, who are the city leaders?
Well, our city is run by the tough and virtuous Mayor Tim. Once a humble farmer, now a city leader. Around Casino Quarter, you hear the name Quintino Lombardi. He's known to be a bit hot-headed. He's been the head of the family for a long time. And finally, there's Mother Charlotte, the creative and daring founder of the Showman. These three work together to provide the city with everything it needs to thrive. Lights, entertainment, and a functioning economy.
Any threats I need to worry about?
Threats? No, you're unlikely to encounter any of those, unless the gorgeous wildlife of the Pine Barrens board in our city becomes unruly. But the mayor's office, that's not completely under control.
You literally told me you were scared of some kind of creature. Charisma, 8+. Help me out, Jeremiah. I'm going to Atlantic City, but not for fun. I need to know what I'm up against.
Well, if that's the case, then the mutated flora, we call them the overgrown. For the most part, folks don't know they're a problem because the municipal workers have been fighting them back. But that's not all. There's something more sinister out there. I'd prefer not to talk about this anymore. Every city's got problems, right? And outside this little pest problem, there's so much love in AC.
Mm-hmm. The overgrown and probably some kind of giant boss creature.
Threat? Unless the...
Is there anything else?
No, of course not. Of course every city's got city going on. That's what you're talking about. You know, stray drama, big shots talking about who disappeared who stole whose exclusive designer drugs, who's all screwed up until they get another dough. I'm kidding, of course. That's all radio drama. Good old-fashioned entertainment. Ain't that right? Threat? Unless the...
Okay, sounds pretty safe, I guess.
It's the safest place in the wasteland. You have my guarantee.
Let's talk about something else.
Oh, and we were just getting to the good part.
Remind me about my travel arrangements to Atlantic City.
We are offering free travel to America's playground. Atlantic City, New Jersey. A haven of wonder, excitement, and opportunity. Fully governed and, I assure you, safe from the dangers of the outside world. In exchange for your all expenses paid vertebrate flight, all we ask is a little assistance paid back to the locals.
And I've already asked both of these.
Of course.
That's all I wanted to know. Thanks.
Glad to help out. You let me know if you have any more questions.
Help support
My
the
friends didn't want to
responders,
join up with
build
me.
up the refuge, and
Said the
give.
responders.
Well, if it isn't.
Can I do anything? Shoot.
Seeing if any of the other people have any new dialogue. I'm gonna guess no, because that would require
Don't
them.
bother talking to that person from the crater. Nasty.
That would require them calling back in previous voice actors just to have them redo lines.
Should I get another suit? Too ostentatious, perhaps? Still, appearances count.
You
Back
sin.
so soon? I realize my company's a...
So that's a no. So Orlando doesn't have new dialogue. I don't think they're going to give new dialogue to Rusty or whatever her name is that runs the responders.
Does anyone have a minute to spare? I need someone to take my photo. Is there anyone around who could take a photo of me?
Sounds like a new daily. I'm not going to worry about that right now. As I try to find the elevator that goes up. There it is. Obviously, I can use the fast travel thing, but I want to see if Highland has new dialogue.
We going up again?
Nope. Because again, they didn't want to get the voice actors back in. Okay. Well, I have to do tax evasion because it's one of my daily challenges. So let's go ahead and do Atlantic City. Kick back and relax. Speaking of excitement, entertainment.